If you're still spending whole afternoons chopping down your long videos into 100 tiny socials, stop right now. Seriously, close that timeline, take a deep breath, and hear me out because I have a secret shortcut you're probably sleeping on. This AI tool I've been using saved me so much editing headache that honestly, it feels like it should be illegal. You know that heavy moment when you finish a long 60-minute interview and look at the massive timeline with total dread? Suddenly you realize you need to make YouTube shorts, Reels, TikToks, and a trailer, and you start wondering who even has time for this. I used to hate the process. Exporting, re-importing, manually hunting for quotes, resizing clips, and doing it all over again. My creativity felt like a boring spreadsheet until I tried Vizard, and it completely changed the game for me. Here is how it works. Upload your long-form video, let the AI scan it, and it instantly serves you ready to post short clips that actually hit. These aren't just random snippets, but rather, they are specific, punchy moments that land perfectly with an audience. The AI finds those insightful takes, laugh-out-loud lines, and even visual beats where someone leans in to make a point. It is basically like having a professional assistant who has watched every trending video and knows exactly what makes people stop scrolling. Vizard wraps the entire short-form content workflow into one single, smooth, automated loop. It picks the best bits, creates formatted and captioned shorts, and lets you tweak the style to match your personal voice. You can export multiple aspect ratios, like vertical for TikTok or square for Instagram, without ever juggling a dozen different files. And if you hate the daily scheduling grind, their auto-schedule feature is a total lifesaver for keeping your sanity. You set your cadence once, like 3 posts a week, and Vizard handles the publishing according to your settings. The content calendar lets you visualize what is going live, move things around, and batch edit post times in seconds. Realistically, that is the secret sauce that makes consistency possible without burning yourself out in the process. Now, other tools like Riverside are awesome for recording remote interviews, but they leave you doing a lot of manual repurposing work. Descript is fantastic for transcription, but its clip repurposing is not quite as automated toward viral-ready short clips. And mobile apps like CapCut are great for quick edits, but they are not built for managing dozens of clips across multiple channels. Vizard sits right in that sweet spot. It is laser-focused on turning your long content into volume-ready clips. Let me be real about the results I've seen. I used to spend 2 hours on one video, but now I do it in 15 minutes. With Vizard, I start a project, and within a quarter of an hour, I have 5 polished clips ready for distribution. The AI finds the moments, so I get to spend my energy on storytelling choices and making better thumbnails. It is a big mental shift. Instead of hacking at timelines, I am refining hooks and planning my content angles. It is the difference between being a stressed-out editor and a strategic creator who actually enjoys the process. Let me walk you through my workflow so you can picture exactly how it happens. I upload my long-form tutorial, and the uploader is incredibly fast because it processes everything in the cloud. Once the file is in, I hit the auto-edit option, and the tool scans the audio for energy, laughs, and visual cues. It generates a handful of short clips, each one already framed for vertical TikTok, square Instagram, or horizontal YouTube. Then I pop into the clip editor to clean up captions, which are surprisingly accurate right out of the gate. I pick a caption style that matches my specific brand colors and fonts, which makes everything look consistent instantly. Aspect ratio conversions are handled automatically with one click, keeping the action centered without me having to scrub frames. Now let's talk about distribution, because this is where Vizard really saves the most time for my business. Instead of manually uploading to each platform, I just use the auto-schedule feature to line everything up. I set the frequency, choose the platforms like TikTok and Reels, and Vizard lines them all up for me. The content calendar shows a weekly view where I can drag and drop clips or batch edit thumbnails if I need to change things. It is so much less messy than juggling 5 different apps, spreadsheets, and endless browser tabs. Now, to be totally honest, no tool is perfect, and Vizard might not replace a full studio setup for multi-guest live streams. And if you want super granular, frame-by-frame human editing, you might still want a pro in Premiere or Final Cut. But for creators whose business depends on regular short-form output, this automation is the most practical win I have found. It trims all the annoying busywork while keeping the creative control exactly where it needs to be. A few real-world wins from my channel. One long tutorial produced 8 clips that I scheduled out over 2 full weeks. Engagement spiked because each clip targeted a slightly different pain point, and the scheduling meant I stayed consistent. Another time, the AI pulled a 2-line exchange from an interview that performed better than anything I tried to script. That is the beauty of it. You don't always know which little nugget will resonate, but Vizard finds them for you. If you are wondering about pricing, they have a free tier so you can test how the clip generation works without committing. Compared to stitching together multiple paid tools, it often ends up being much more cost-effective for your budget. So what should you try first? Upload one long recording, like a webinar or a podcast episode, and run the auto-edit. Don't overthink it. Let the AI suggest clips, listen to the top 5, and pick 3 to style and schedule. Set your posting frequency on the calendar, and watch how quickly your backlog turns into a content machine. At the end of the day, Vizard made me want to post more because it removed all the friction from my routine. It is fast, it is smart, and it lets you focus on what really matters, the story and the audience. If you are making long-form content and want it to work harder without killing your evenings, give Vizard a spin. It is free to try, and it might just be the tool that saves you hours and hours of work every single week. Thanks for sticking with me until the end of this video. If this helps, do me a favor, like the video and subscribe for more tools that make content creation easier. I will keep testing all the apps so you don't have to, and I will see you in the next clip.